Welcome to the news at 10 on NTA News24. I'm Lisbeth Omori. The headlines. President Bola Tinubu calls for patriotic zeal to reinforce national greatness and protect the nation's sovereignty.
We invoke our spirit that can achieve greatness, to train our people, develop our economy.
Senate begins reenactment of Armed Forces Act. House of Representatives intervened to halt computer-based examination for next year and delay implementation to 2030.
This motion is referred to the Committees on Basic Education, Digital and Information Technology, Basic Examination Bodies.
PDP leadership declares no going back on elective national convention in Ibadan. Now the news. President Bola Tinubu is again calling on Nigerians to collectively invoke the patriotic spirit towards consolidating the country's greatness and ensure protection of its sovereignty. It was at the presentation of research paper by participants of National Defense College Course 33 at the State House. Correspondent Musbao Danwahab reports.
Members of Course 33 of the Nigeria Defense College are here at the climax of their critical national assignments. And so, with their findings after a rigorous one-year research within Nigeria and across 23 countries, including 8 in Africa, 9 in Europe, and 6 in Asia. The theme of their research was harnessing indigenous manufacturing for enhanced national security and development, strategic options for Nigeria by year 2040. The theme, they say, was fashioned in line with the renewed hope agenda of the current administration. It was a mandate to help the administration in its quest for diversification of the nation's economy.
This topic speaks directly to our determination to diversify Nigerian economy in order to boost revenue generation as well as enhance the socio-economic development of our people.
With 3 plausible scenarios, they give strategic options which they believe can help Nigeria towards greatness.
We strongly believe that the execution of the project Native 2040 Blueprint, coupled with your visionary and strategic leadership, will lead to the transformation of the indigenous manufacturing sector for enhanced economic growth, national security, and national development by year 2040.
Your presentation and the findings delivered to me this afternoon will receive a diligent attention and a thorough review and critical path for implementation.
President Bola Tinubu appreciates the intellectual endeavor, suggesting that Nigeria's pursuit for greatness requires collective efforts.
It is a patriotic duty to look further into the horizon, to be determined and be resilient, to invoke our spirit that can achieve greatness, to train our people, develop our economy, promote industrial development, and ensure that our sovereignty is assured, protected, and will remain resilient.
The 99 participants, including those from African, Asian, and South American countries, graduated in August this year. From the State House, Musbao and Wahab, NTA News.
Senate is in the process of repealing and reenacting the Nigeria's Armed Forces Act, part of which makes provision to prohibit enlistment of persons below 18 years in the military. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali has details of this and other considerations at last plenary.
The Armed Forces Repeal and Reenactment Bill, sponsored by Senator Abdul Aziz Adua, contains provisions dealing with constitutional and operational legal framework, part of which seeks to reinforce the President's authority as Commander-in-Chief and vest the day-to-day operational command in the Chief of Defence Staff. When passed and assented to, qualified military lawyers will represent the armed forces in civil courts.
The bill upholds the supremacy of the Constitution and integrates fair hearing and due process into military justice.
Reports of boards of inquiry set off by military authorities should not serve as a basis for conviction. It violates the principles of nemo judice in causa sua. You cannot be a judge in your own cause.
Every cause should be entitled to be Chief of Army Staff, or Chief of Air Staff, or Chief of Defence Staff.
There is a need to, as we evolve in our democracy, we also align all other laws, especially the armed forces.
Get the military, let them be involved in enacting the law, so that we look at the authority of the CNC as well as the tradition of the military.
It passed second reading and referred to Committee on Defence, Army, Navy and Air Force. Also passed at second reading is the bill that seeks to compel government agencies to implement court judgments.
Government agencies have developed a reputation of non-compliance with judgments, especially monetary judgments.
Amending the Sheriff's and Civil Processes Law will bring justice closer to the people and make enforcement of judgments less cumbersome to litigants and court staffs alike.
That some of the fines that are there and some of the provisions that relate to administrative costs are actually outdated. And you have a situation in which litigants now have to fund the process themselves.
Bill that seeks establishment of a Chartered Institute of Revenue and Fiscal Management passed second reading. In another development, the Senate Committee on Public Accounts has commenced inquiry into collection and remittance of stamp duty charges across private and public entities.
Whatever these commercial banks are put together as revenue from stamp duty charged by the banks is or are supposed to be remitted to Central Bank of Nigeria.
The investigation, which commences in a couple of days, is targeting revenue collected on stamp duty from 2016 to 2024. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has directed the Federal Ministry of Education and the West African Examination Council, WAEC, to suspend the plan to hold computer-based examination next year and delay implementation until 2030. National Assembly correspondent Mutari Ikme reports that this resolution at plenary was born out of apprehension among lawmakers that inadequate preparation may lead to mass failure.
Citing technical glitches in the 2025 WAEC results, lawmakers insist that the time is not ripe for computer-based examination, as many secondary schools nationwide lack requisite facilities. The House therefore kicked against forcing CBT on students without upgrading digital infrastructure through budgetary allocations.
It is wrong to start this policy now without adequate preparation. Computer-based examination requires fully furnished hall with functional computers, internet facility, constant electricity supply, be it from the national grid or standby generator. This motion is referred to the Committees on Basic Education, Digital and Information Technology, Basic Examination Bodies.
Lawmakers also raised alarm over mounting refuse dumps and malfunctioning streetlights in parts of Abuja and environs.
Blockage of drainages and sewage systems and the pervasive darkness from dysfunctional streetlights.
Especially during rainy season. If you see the kind of hold-up caused by blockages of drainages,
Both
to Gorimpa and see the filth. They have taken over the streets. Acknowledge and commend efforts that are being made, and then make additional recommendations or suggestions on how to improve on what is on ground.
The Federal Ministry of Works was asked to include rehabilitation of Dikwa, Mafa, Maiduguri Road in the 2026 budget estimates to ease movement of commuters along that corridor.
The deteriorated state of Dikwa, Mafa, Maiduguri Road is being exploited by Boko Haram and insurgent groups to carry out attacks on commuters and security forces.
Lawmakers expressed worry over a recent hike in the price of fertilizers and other farm inputs, urging the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security to intervene.
A 50 kg bag of urea fertilizer is now selling at about 60,000 naira, which stakeholders have described as the highest in 10 decades.
The House received the reports of its Committee on Oceans and Fisheries to establish 3 institutions in Rivers and Lagos states for manpower development to support Nigeria's blue economy.
Together, yeah.
Meanwhile, the gale of defections in the House continues as 2 lawmakers from Kano State left the NNPP for the APC from the National Assembly. Mitaire Ikben, NTA News. And former Executive Secretary of TED Fund, Professor Sulaiman Elias Bogoro, describes the amendment bill to change the status of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, from a specialized to a conventional university as unnecessary. He made this known during a press briefing in Abuja, where he expressed concern over the reputation built by the institution in terms of quality graduates and departments that rate high amongst its peers, and how such amendment will negatively affect the vision of the then Shagari government, who founded the university as the only university of technology in the north, with Federal University of Technology Akure in the southwest and Federal University of Technology Owerri in the southeast.
Conventional universities, the proportion of student population admitted for science against non-science is 60-40. What does that tell you? That the sciences are the priority. In the 21st century, it is science, technology, and innovation that lead. It is not about those disciplines in the arts and humanities. Let us do something that does not imply that we want to relegate technology, science. That will not be good as a message coming out from the ATBU that I'm very proud of.
Tafawa Balewa University Amendment Bill 2025, sponsored by Senator Shehu Buba Bauchi South, has been sent to Senate Committee for Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund for further legislative work after passing second reading on October 21, 2025. In other news, the Federal Capital Territory Administration has cleared the air on what led to the confrontation between the FCT Minister and a military officer on land development. Onozi Yakubu was at the media briefing convened by the Directors of Development Control and Lands Departments and brought back this report.
The controversy surrounding the confrontation between the FCT minister and the military officer might have generated discourse at various quarters. The issue of whether the disputed parcel of land has genuine title documents and building approval remains contentious. The FCT administration, through the Department of the Development Control and Lands Department, while clearing the air, restated the administration resolved to follow the rule of law in all its dealings.
The claimants have relied on a letter of intent issued by the Department of Parks and Recreation in 2007, 18 years ago, to develop, manage, and operate a designated park. Letter of intent, not statutory right of occupancy. I wish to make it clear that in the FCC, the only thing that gives you right of occupancy. What is sort of clear, the development on ground is not in line, has not been approved, it because there is no title document. What is being issued to Santos Estate is just to develop and maintain a park.
Director Development Control, however, apologizes to Nigerians for his actions.
Let us rise and develop when you follow laws, obey orders, follow laws, as well as govern the rule of the law. So it is unfortunate that with the issued order, nobody is protected. So I'm really sorry what really happened.
Meanwhile, the FCT Minister NTA, who has expressed respect for Nigeria's military institutions, maintains his administration's stance that following due process in all affairs is sacrosanct.
I've told everybody who cares, even when you are working with me, you will not be here forever. Perfect your documents. You don't know who's coming tomorrow. The mere fact that nobody did that yesterday does not mean that somebody will not do it tomorrow. Does not mean, even if I want to help you, I should be able to say, listen, I will not be here forever. Therefore, I have to perfect the document. So when I leave, you will not have yourself to be blamed.
The FCTA hopes to see to the amicable resolutions of the dispute. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
You're watching the news at 10 on NTA News24. Let's take a break. More to come.
Legendary final sale of the year is here. This festive season, enjoy extra savings on luxury and comfortable sofa sets, modern and functional dining sets, sophisticated and smart bed sets, and our royal collections. Classy, premium, and truly exclusive. Shop 10 million naira and receive a complimentary Daisy tea set. Spend 15 million and take home a 65-inch smart TV. Go higher at 20 million and experience unmatched comfort with our exclusive massage chair. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online. It's big, it's bold, it's unforgettable. It's Baffy Furniture's legendary final sale of the year.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to the only tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the federal government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness, great quality, and great taste. So eat healthy to live longer. Use a Risco tomato paste and products. Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News24.
Thanks for staying with us. A meeting of PDP governors, National Working Committee and Board of Trustees has ended in Abuja, declaring that there is no going back on the party's planned elective national convention scheduled for this weekend in Ibadan, Oyo State. Timothy Yusuf reports.
5 governors on the platform of the PDP, led by their chairman, Senator Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, the Damagum-led members of the National Working Committee, and the Adolphus Wabara-led Board of Trustees members, as well as other critical stakeholders of the PDP, attended this critical meeting held behind closed doors for hours. The November 15 and 16, 2025 elective national convention scheduled to hold in Ibadan, Oyo State is the only agenda here. Chairman of the National Convention Organizing Committee and Governor of Adamawa State, Amodu Fintiri, briefed the media on their resolutions.
We are going to Ibadan to go for our convention, and the convention is sacrosanct.
The Adolphus Wabara-led Board of Trustees of the party, while receiving a report from its Reconciliation Committee ahead of the convention, declared that the minority will always have their say, while the majority their way. Therefore, the convention will hold reconciliation afterwards.
We have now come up with a recommendation for a hitch-free convention.
As far as the organs of the party, are concerned, the convention will hold. All these problems we have in PDP are self-inflicted problems. Self-inflicted. In politics, it's a function of interest.
In the meantime, the faction of the People's Democratic Party, loyal to the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, has dismissed the planned national convention of the party, scheduled to hold in Ibadan, Oyo State, as a nullity. It insisted that any such gathering has no legal backing and will not be recognized under the law. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
After 2 days of engagement on democratic governance and national cohesion, the role of editors in Nigeria, the Nigerian Guild of Editors, 21st All Nigeria Editors Conference came to a close with new members and fellows inducted. Joseph Otsen reports that the journalism profession was challenged to uphold credibility and professionalism as anchors of truth and national stability.
It is a gathering of veteran journalists from across the country bringing decades of experience to the table as they examined the evolving challenges confronting the media landscape.
This democracy we're enjoying today, some journalists were killed, some went to prison, some were brutalized. So it's our responsibility as modern editors or as active editors now to say, look, guys, we have to keep this country together.
AI is very sophisticated in terms of knowledge input, in terms of disparity of curation, and in terms of the width. The editors too will require to up their ante with respect to information that they have, so that they can be able to correct what you probably call, irregularities.
In an age where misinformation spread rapidly and digital manipulation fuels tension and instability, this year's All Editors Conference returned focus to the core responsibility of journalism in safeguarding truth and strengthening national cohesion.
I've not seen a reason to criticize what the editors have been writing. Your own criticism has been positive. We've taken those criticisms, they've been tools for improving governance for us. The reason why Nigerian politicians are using the proof card is that they have denied the ordinary citizen the right to survive. So if you refuse to create legitimate means of livelihood for Nigerian citizens, they will create for themselves illegitimate means of livelihood.
Can we do something that will protect the children, women, minority groups, and people who are weak in our society? We just can't continue to just roll on and on and on as if nothing is going wrong.
The conference wrapped up with a colorful gala night where new members were formally inducted and distinguished professionals elevated as fellows of the Guild, making a renewed commitment to ethical and accountable journalism. In Abuja, Joseph Otsen, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the National Human Rights Commission has reaffirmed its commitment to safeguarding the rights of media professionals and ensure accountability for perpetrators of human rights violations. At a media parley in Abuja, the Commission strongly condemned attacks and arbitrary arrest of journalists across the country. Executive Secretary of the Commission, Tony Ojukwu noted that the Commission will continue to work with the federal and state governments in ensuring the protection of rights of the media in line with best international practices.
Going forward, the Commission will intensify its efforts to monitor and document human rights violations against journalists while deepening collaboration with media organizations, the Nigerian Union of Journalists, civil society organizations, and international partners. Together, we aim to enhance safety awareness and establish rapid response mechanisms for the protection of journalists.
We have championed the Sustainable Development Goal as a shared path toward dignity for all. But we cannot rest, not while...
To pension matters, the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASSEN, has raised concerns over collapsing value of pensions received by retirees in the oil and gas sector, saying it is driving many into difficulties. PENGASSEN President Comrade Festus Osifo made this known at a stakeholders engagement in Abuja. Joseph Otsen reports.
Crisis on commensurate pension for retirees is not peculiar to any field. Those in the oil and gas industry are also bearing the brunt as inflation and currency devaluation hit hard.
Their retirement benefit does not, in some organizations, it doesn't move. It's always at management discretion. Some of the management over time may be magnanimous to add little things to what the pensioners are earning. So imagine people that have retired 1990, imagine people that have retired maybe 2001, even 2010, as recent as 2010, what 200,000 naira could buy for you in 2010, today truly it can no longer buy.
Adopting a mechanism that will enhance growth of pension to cope with current realities dominates conversations in this stakeholders engagement.
CPFAs must explore alternative, impact-driven asset classes such as green bonds, infrastructure funds, and real estate investment trusts that not only generate returns but also support national development goals. Adopting digital platforms for members' services, data analytics, real-time reporting will also enhance efficiency, reduce costs, and improve transparency.
So the major way we've looked at, we did some increments in 2024, but basically to look at those people who are really on the lower cadre and how to bring them up. Because even while you're doing something like 100,000 for some people, it's still not impactful. So it's necessary that even if we're going to do any form of increment, it has to be looked at properly and ensure that you don't end up affecting the sustainability.
The ability of pension managers to invest and source alternative means
Council of Human Society by creating awareness in women that they must serve, they must be part of what is happening within their community.
If you stop expenditure on infrastructure, how do you now attract investments?
The state governors, the presidency, that the federal government and the local government are all waiting for revenue from crude oil. Everything has something peculiar. So the emphasis now, if your local government has something peculiar to that particular local government, the emphasis should be keep producing that particular product.
We need to do three things. Prevent the ability of the terrorist groups to generate funding, their ability to recruit, and then their ability to access weapons.
I feel like this way, title. I sit in the front row in the church. If I'm going to Muslim and calling people are passing in God's own house. What am I doing? I'm mentoring a new generation. Those things that the only way to be taken seriously is to listen to have a lot of money.
Nigeria, live every weekday between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. on the network service of the NTA. This is NTA.
Good to know you're still there. President Bola Tinubu has renewed the appointment of Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa as the chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, for another 5-year term. Marwa was first appointed by President Muhammadu Buhari in January 2021 after serving as the chairman of the Presidential Advisory Committee for the Elimination of Drug Abuse from 2018 to December 2020. The reappointment in a release by the Special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, means the Adamawa-born former military officer will remain at the helm of the NDLEA until 2031. Marwa, a former military governor of Lagos and Borno States, is a graduate of the Nigerian Military School and the Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA. After his commissioning as a second lieutenant in 1973, he served as brigade major of the 23 Armored Brigade, aide-de-camp to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Theophilus Danjuma, an academic registrar of the Nigerian Defense Academy. He also served as Deputy Defense Advisor in the Nigerian Embassy in Washington, D.C., and later as Defense Advisor to the Nigerian Permanent Mission to the United Nations. He holds 2 postgraduate degrees, a Master of Public and International Affairs from the University of Pittsburgh, 1983 to 85, and a Master of Public Administration from Harvard University, 1985 to 86. His tenure in the NDLEA has been remarkable for many drug busts, including the arrest of 73,000 drug mules and barons and seizures of over 15 million kilograms of various hard drugs. Under his leadership, the agency has also launched nationwide campaigns to address drug abuse. Now, the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu is set to be making impact on the lives of the people, especially at the grassroots, through various interventions. This was stated by some community leaders in Adamawa State when the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Humanitarian and Poverty Reduction, Delubulus Yakubu, provided 200 solar street lights to some communities in the state. Correspondent Mary Adamo George reports.
With over 150 years of existence, Shashau community in the local government area of Adamawa State lacks basic amenities of life except for a motorized hand borehole provided by an individual in the area. The provision of solar street lights in the community by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Humanitarian and Poverty Reduction, Delubulus Yakubu, has therefore rekindled the hope of people that government will soon provide schools, hospitals, electricity, among other critical infrastructures to them.
I'm feeling grateful because she is the one who brings it with herself. She is the only person that gives us this kind of thing in our village.
A similar gesture was also extended to Zongola in Gombe local government area, as well as Tukul and Chikila in Gumi local government area, where the solar street lights are expected to enhance socio-economic activities and provide security in the respective communities.
It's proud the service you are rendering to the federal government. It will go a long way to serve the community.
The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Humanitarian and Poverty Reduction, Delubulus Yakubu, said the provision of the 200 solar street lights was based on need assessment, adding that the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is out to add value on the lives of the people through various initiatives and interventions.
This kind gesture is coming under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whose renewed hope voice is to tackle the root cause of poverty at the grassroots level.
Indeed, renewed hope agenda of President Tinubu is yielding positive results in Yola, Miriadamu, Church, NTA News.
A group, the Women and Children Education Foundation, is calling for the urgent need to create safer university campuses and revive reading culture in preparing students for higher education. The foundation made the case at a recent conference in Abuja, focusing on strategies to create more secure and productive learning environments while tackling sexual harassment. Gaba Natala will bring us details of this report subsequently. Now, about 2,000 community health practitioners across Nigeria have converged on Minna, Niger State for the 2025 National Scientific Conference. Addressing the participants at the 5-day event, the National President, Association of Community Health Practitioners of Nigeria, Dr. Kabir Yahya Ahmed, said the conference provides a platform to create actionable frameworks that will redefine service delivery for the better. He noted that the conference is designed to keep community health practitioners abreast of government policies to ensure better service delivery.
We are trying to see that whatever the community practitioners are doing are domiciled. By this, we are now trying to see that there's community mental health. Community practitioners should be able to key into the new hope agenda of Mr. President, and to ensure that not only within the community, but by virtue of what the registrar is doing now, the universities are mounting programs that has to do with community health at the diploma level, at the undergraduate level, at postgraduate level, just for them to be able to handle any issues that they find within their own catchment area.
As earlier teased that the reading culture of Nigerians is being prepared. Garba Natala's report on that is now ready.
Students, especially the girl child, the transition to higher institution is exciting. However, comes with fraught challenges, as identified by the founder, Glorious Amalujak, from personal safety to fighting against sexual harassment on campuses while promoting literature to reawaken reading culture among students.
When we enter the campus, with the belief that they will graduate anyhow. When you go to school with such mindset, you are a pro already.
I believe that this book is going to expose those things.
From experience, speakers bear their minds, providing solutions to help female students navigate these concerns successfully, and they were optimistic that narrative power can be used to fight against sexual harassment and ignite intellectual curiosity.
We must find a way not to hide it. If we hide it, we are causing more problems. We can go ahead and make sure that the perpetrator is brought to book.
In most cases, some family will neglect, push everything to the teacher. Your father, mother, even the moral aspect of that child, you need to put them through. You put them through, prepare their mind. Before even my own child, before he gets to the university.
While cases of different forms of gender-based violence are recorded on campuses, they agreed by embedding literature into this fight, female students can ultimately overcome abuses defined by academic excellence, while safer environment, respect, and integrity are vital for the girl child to become successful in their future endeavor.
The student is expected to channel such incident to the Student Union Government Secretariat with an evidence that this is what this lecturer is doing to her or him.
Or you report to the school counselor, which we have. When you report to the school counselor, you discuss one-on-one, you explain. If you are even scared of the person, they won't tell the person, when they are discussing the matter, they will not mention your name.
The conference is a call to action for universities, student union governments, donors and partners, as well as educators and students. In Abuja, Garba Muhammad Natala, NTA News.
Promoting oral health involves a combination of personal hygiene practices, public health strategies, and policy changes. As the federal government strengthens health services, Nigerian dentists are calling for vital components of sustainable national development to promote oral health well-being of Nigeria. Oral health is vital for physical functions like eating, speaking, and emotional well-being. It impacts overall health by preventing issues like gum disease, tooth decay, and reduce risk of serious conditions like heart disease and certain cancers. This engagement aims to promote oral health care accessibility across the nation and query careless practices by patients and dentists.
There are so many of them that have careless oral habits, like people trying to use their teeth to open drinks. You could have a tooth fracture, you could have a gum tear.
As a national health agenda, they stressed the need to bridge the gaps in dentistry to improve quality of life and reduce preventable diseases.
We need to establish more dental schools in those colleges of medicine in Nigerian universities where they do not exist.
There's this problem with the issue of funding. Virtually every material that's used in dentistry is imported or gotten from outside this country.
As oral health hygiene helps to manage chronic conditions like diabetes, they recommend brushing twice daily, eating balanced diet, visiting the dentist regularly, and commitment by the government to reduce challenges in dentistry. Elizabeth Omori, NTA News. The federal government is intensifying efforts to improve the collection and use of food and nutrition data as part of measures to combat malnutrition and promote healthy living among Nigerians. At the technical review meeting organized by the Federal Minister of Budget and Economic Planning in collaboration with Data Dents in Abuja, stakeholders emphasized the need for reliable and up-to-date data to guide policies and investments in the nutrition sector. Thomas Ogbetere reports.
The role that you play, and having the department now fully set up within the Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, it's a real milestone, and we can see really good things happening as a result.
Nutrition expert Dr. Hidra Siekmans described the new framework under review as a significant step towards building a stronger data system that will support evidence-based planning.
Every sector has a role to play. And that doesn't just mean for implementation of activities, but it means for data collection, and for using the data that they gather to make a difference.
Stakeholders called for increased capacity building for government agencies to enhance how nutrition data are gathered, analyzed, and used, advocating collaboration among key sectors such as health, agriculture, education, and social protection to ensure that nutrition indicators are adequately selected in national plans and budgets.
This multi-sector data can be used to inform the policy makers. It is used for policy direction. It is used for targeting resources, and then many more. So in terms of planning, we just can't have any efficient plan without data, because data speaks.
It gets them to get the right information for them to make the right decision for the benefit of the citizens of Nigeria.
Experts agree that with stronger data system, government and policymakers can make better informed decisions that will improve the well-being of citizens, especially children and other vulnerable groups. In Abuja, Thomas Ogbetere, NTA News.
The National Park Service has entered into a memorandum of understanding with the National Share Products Association of Nigeria to promote sustainable collection and utilization of share nuts within Nigeria's national parks. The agreement aims to reduce waste, promote conservation, and create employment opportunities for local communities. Suleiman Abdulwahab reports.
Derived from the note of the shea tree is a vital resource for cosmetics, food, and medicine, supporting many livelihoods. By enabling responsible share notes collection, the Memorandum of Understanding between the National Park Service and the National Share Products Association of Nigeria, NASPAN, marks a major step towards sustainable resources use, reducing waste, and empowering local communities.
When you say conservation, you are referring to sustainable use of the resources. And how can the resources be used sustainably without allowing the people to play some roles?
The Conservator General of the National Park Service noted that large quantities of the share notes in national parks often go to waste due to access restrictions. With the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding with the National Park Service, the Conservator General says members of the association will be permitted to enter only designated area to collect the notes responsibly without disturbing the natural ecosystem. In Abuja, Suleiman Tabu Abdul Wahab, NTA News.
To other matters, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, Ikpiripi has held energy correspondents as vital partners in Nigeria's oil and gas sector. Speaking at the 2025 Annual Conference of Energy Correspondents in Abuja, Ikpu emphasized the crucial role journalists play in bridging the gap between policymakers, operators, and the public. He noted that accurate and timely reporting by energy correspondents fosters transparency, enhances investor confidence, and promotes informed dialogue on sector reforms. Lydia Sampson reports.
The investigative part of the reporting, that is usually missing.
The media's watchdog role is vested with not just reportage, but ensuring policy clarity, accountability, deepening transparency, and efficiency. It is therefore not surprising that ECHO lauded journalists' unwavering commitment to highlighting challenges and successes, which he says fuels industry growth and national energy security. His message was delivered by the Director Gas, Ministry of Petroleum Resources.
I urge all participants, therefore, to use this conference as an opportunity to generate actionable insights that will further advance the objectives of the BIA and contribute to Nigeria's broader energy security and economic growth.
There is the need for improved regulatory oversight, particularly concerning hydrocarbon community development trusts meant for community development and engagement. Challenges in refining capacity and fair pricing mechanism.
For many speakers here, the need to continue collaboration to support Nigeria's ambition in the evolving global energy landscape is sacrosanct.
As technology evolves, global energy dynamics shift, as the world races towards cleaner and smarter energy solutions, we too must evolve.
We must also be candid about what is yet to be done. Policy and institutional design are essential, but policy alone will not deliver results for citizens. Implementation remains the critical next phase.
Stakeholders here are unanimous that by holding one another accountable, reform can turn into results for the overall good of Nigerians. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has pledged commitment to the oil and gas programs contained in the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. IPMAN's President Abubakar Megandi Shetima told journalists in Abuja that the association will not relent in ensuring petroleum product supply across the country, despite increasing demand associated with end-of-the-year travels and festivities. Lydia Sampson once again brings us details.
As one of the associations vested with dispensing and distribution of petroleum products in Nigeria's downstream oil and gas sector, the association commended the huge amount accruing from subsidy removal, as well as dynamic opportunities opening up in the oil and gas sector, especially the advent of Dangote refinery.
We sincerely believe that getting PMS product from the Dangote refinery directly will positively impact the economic situation of Nigeria through decreased pump price of the product nationwide. IPMAN will also like to appreciate the new management of the NNPC Limited for their prompt response and the ongoing payment of their long outstanding debts, all our members.
The meeting commended NNPC Limited management under GCU Bayo Ujulari for deepening collaboration with the association. The meeting urged NMDPRA to offset the debt owed its members from the defunct Petroleum Equalization Fund. They want government intervention to settle the issue to mitigate supply chain disruption. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
This is the news at 10 on NTA News24. Let's take a look at some of our top stories. President Bola Tinubu calls for patriotic zeal to reinforce national greatness and protect the nation's sovereignty.
Invoke our spirit that can achieve greatness, to train our people, develop our economy.
Senate begins reenactment of Armed Forces Acts. House of Representatives intervenes to halt computer-based examination for next year and delay implementation till 2030.
This motion is referred to the Committees on Basic Education, Digital and Information Technology, Basic Examination Bodies.
PDP leadership declares no going back on elective national convention in Ibadan.
This is NTA News24.
Thanks for staying with us. 19 more beneficiaries under the Vocational Rehabilitation Program of the Employees Compensation Scheme of the Nigeria Social Investment Trust Fund, NSITF, have been empowered to support their livelihood. The 19 beneficiaries from mainland office in Lagos underwent vocational rehabilitation for injured workers. NSITF Managing Director Oluwaseun Faleye, represented by General Manager Claims and Compensation, NSITF, explained that the program involved 3 phases of reorientation, vocational training, and empowerment with startup tools. The fund said it would soon go nationwide to ensure other Nigerian workers who lost abilities to continue working due to injuries or disabilities are given new lease of life. The program, which was only launched in July 2025, has since benefited 57 Nigerians drawn from selected zones. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated the Super Eagles on the emphatic 4-1 victory over Gabon in yesterday's FIFA World Cup qualifying Africa playoff match, describing their performance as a clear expression of the Nigerian character that rises, adapts, and prevails. The President, in a statement by Special Advisor, Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, noted that the team played with courage, balance, and precision, and reminded the country that football has always been one of Nigeria's most potent symbols of unity and shared pride. The President also praised the millions of Nigerians at home and abroad who continued to support the team with passion and loyalty, emphasizing that the energy remains a powerful driving force for the players, especially at critical moments of international competition. In a message to the squad, President Tinubu reiterated the need for the team to build on this victory and remain focused on the remaining qualifiers. He stated that every match presents an opportunity to show discipline and character and prove again that Nigeria's ambition is firmly within reach. Now let's join our sports desk for more stories.
Require extra time, even penalties. Now then, this could be the chance for the Nigerians, gifted to them.
A brace from Victor Osimhen and strikes from Marco Adams and Chidera Ejuke secured a comfortable 4-1 win for the Super Eagles against Gabon after extra time in Thursday's semi-finals of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying playoffs. In a match that saw Victor Osimhen scoff several clear-cut chances, it was Marco Adams who opened the floodgates in the 78th minute after latching onto a mistimed back pass from the Gabonese defence for 1-0. Mario Lemina then made it 1-0 on 89 minutes after a shot took a slight deflection off Osai Samuel. Osimhen missed a golden chance in the final minute of added time as he went one-on-one with the keeper but shot wide. But all that would soon be forgotten as Ejuke gave the Super Eagles the lead again on 7 minutes of extra time as he connected with Ndedi's pass and slotted past the keeper.
Ndidi coming forward, it's a nicely measured ball as well, and Nigeria have that second goal.
Osimhen then made amends for his late miss as he received a pass from Benjamin Fredericks and fired past the keeper to make it 3-1 on 102 minutes. But he wasn't done, as Osimhen then got his second and the Super Eagles fourth as he brought down a long pass from Chidozie Awaziem, ran past his marker and shot past the keeper to make it 4.
Osimhen again. Once more from the angle, it's another goal for Osimhen. And that is that.
In the other fixture, a stoppage-time goal by Chancel Mbemba saw DR Congo edge out Cameroon 1-0 in the second semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup qualifying playoffs. The win means DR Congo will now face Nigeria Super Eagles in the playoffs final on Sunday. The winner between DR Congo and Nigeria will qualify for the Intercontinental Playoffs in Mexico in March 2026.
And that concludes the news at 10. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Elizabeth Omori. See you at 11.